I'm very passionate about this because I've been a landscaper for my entire career. Every gardener knows the worst thing that ever could happen is when they've got a gopher in there. Gophers ruin all the fun.
They've killed fruit trees, they've upended my garden, and I just can't seem to keep up with them.
My chicken coop we put up like 5 years ago, and for the longest time everything was fine. And then one day I went out at night and almost had a heart attack because there was probably 100 rats in my chicken coop. And it was like a horror film.
I, for years, have raised all of the produce we eat here, and we started having gopher problems.
We spend a lot of time and spend a lot of money installing landscapes, and we just end up running into a lot of loss of the plants. So when we end up with plants that gophers love, we need to find some way to keep up on keeping the gophers away.
I've had enough trying to do it myself, so I just decided it's time to bring in a professional. I just need someone who can really take them all on instead of me doing it a little bit at a time and never making any headway.
We get calls from folks where they say they've seen 1 or 2 ground squirrels in the last couple of years, and now they're seeing 100. There's a lot of concern about taking care of this animal because people think they're a precious, cute little native, until they find that their driveway needs $30,000 to $50,000 worth of repairs after just one summer of ground squirrels burrowing underneath it.
And so I contacted Smith's and they got rid of the rats in my chicken coop. And they were gone. Simple as that.
They came out at one of our properties in Scotts Valley. It's a large property, 110 houses, and they've managed it for almost 3 years. It just takes that off my plate, and my clients don't have to worry about it. We see the little flags, and we don't see gopher mounds.
I feel a lot better, actually, not seeing those mounds back in the fruit tree orchard.
We worked with a couple of other agencies. The first assumption was that we should use poison bait, and I'm very much against that. So I got into conversation with Smith's, and they were very willing to honor my concerns. Now we've set up a more intensive trapping service without the use of poison.
Smith's has been an important company for us because of their ability to trap gophers in a safe and humane way. And for me, that's very important because we're dealing with ecosystems. If we have a gopher that's been poisoned, who knows where that's going to go into the system? I'm always worried that next thing you know, a coyote's going to eat it, an owl's going to swoop down and grab it, and it's just going to work its way up the food chain. It's very important to know that these gophers are actually being dealt with in a way that is safe for the environment.
I think what really sets us apart is that we say what we're going to do and then we do what we say we're going to do, and we do it on time, and we educate the customer on what's going on in their yard and why they should be concerned.
Their service has been great. They've been very open about the approach and what they're going to do, what to expect.
I feel very well treated. I feel like my emails and calls are always answered in a very timely fashion. They're always careful to leave me with little colored flags. So even when I'm not on site, there's good communication, and I like that a lot.
I find it very appealing that they call me and tell me they're coming out when they really don't have to.
It's amazing to be able to call into the office, get a live person, to be able to send an email, get a response right away. I know that they're always available and they're always out there with my best interest in mind. They really want to make sure that they're doing the job right so I can do my job right.
I would suggest using Smith's Gopher Trapping Service because we're licensed and insured, and this is all that we do. We take care of burrowing pests in lawns and landscapes around the Bay Area.
I would recommend the service to anyone who has gopher issues. They come in and just do a sort of a sweep of the area, and they have enough equipment and traps that they really can clean things up very quickly.
I would recommend Smith Services to come out and manage your property and keep your property rodent-free.
We always recommend Smith's to the homeowners that we work with, to any of the larger landscapes that we're working within. I use Smith's myself at home.
Gardening now is joyful. I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. The ugly part is gone, and now I just have the fun part.